Hello, it's Keith from Kinvert, and as part of our review getting you ready for algebra, we're going to be going over polynomials, and in this part we're going to be going over monomials. That's supposed to be an O. So monomials, a polynomial is when you have 4x to the third plus 3x squared plus 2x minus 4, or something like that. That's a polynomial. Each of these are terms, each of these individual chunks, and each of those, so this is a term, so these are terms, but they're also monomials. All right, and what makes a monomial is when you have something that looks like ax to the n. In this case, a is the coefficient, x is the variable, and n is the degree. So a is the coefficient of the monomial, x is the variable that's in the monomial, and n is the degree of the monomial. So first, let's go over how to recognize them. And there's one other important thing. N is the degree. N, the degree, must be greater than or equal to 0. So when you see a square root of x, that is not a monomial. If you see x to the half, that is not a monomial. It needs to be a positive integer. So n must be a positive integer for this to be a monomial. All right, so first let's go over a few and see if you can tell if it's a monomial or not. All right, so how about 3x squared? Is that a monomial? Well, it has a coefficient, it has a variable, and it has a degree that is positive and an integer. So this is a monomial. If you have 3x to the negative 1, is that a monomial? That is not a monomial. All right, because this is a negative degree. Let's say you have 4x to the 1/3. Is this a monomial? This is not a monomial because this is not a positive integer. All right, so now let's go through and start labeling some of these. So we're going to have the term, which is the monomial. We want the coefficient, the variable, and the degree. So let's do a few of these. So let's go with 4x squared, 2x to the third, 100x to the 100, and let's do 4x to the negative 1, and we'll call that good. So let's start going through these. What is the coefficient for this one? And again, between each of these, each time that I ask a question, actually pause this video, pause the video. You can hit the K button to pause the video if you're watching this on YouTube. Pause the video, and I want you to fill this out yourself. All right? So pause the video, and I'm going to start answering in 3, 2, 1. So here comes the answer. In this case, the coefficient is 4, and I'm just going to go through with each of these and do this. Now, this one might be a little tricky. We'll see why later. Oh, and you know what I should have done? I'm going to add 1. And you can figure this out. You might need to pause it again. 3y squared. So yeah. All right, so the coefficient, and then this would be 3. The variable here is x, 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 and y. The degree here is 2, 3, 100. But this one is a problem. This is a negative 1. This one's a 2. But this one, with it being negative 1, this is not a monomial. Okay? And so these are some of the important things to understand. And then if we wanted to make a polynomial out of monomials, you're just going to basically add them together. And so if we have, switch colors again, let's say that we have 3x squared plus 2x. Well, the first monomial is 3x squared. That is a coefficient of 3, a variable of x, and a degree of 2. Right, so this is like another table like before. And then the other is 2x. The coefficient is 2. The variable is x. And in this case, the degree is 1. 2x is the same as 2x to the first power. So this is Keith from Kinvert. As part of our review for algebra, we went over polynomials, and one part of polynomials is monomials. These are the terms of a polynomial. They can be added together. They have coefficients, they have a variable, and they have a degree. And the degree needs to be greater than 0. It needs to be a positive integer, greater than or equal to 0. Okay, hope this helps, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.